There we go. Hello. Hi. Welcome to the start of the Just a Phase Moon Planner. This is the first day, and I am super excited and super nervous to hear what you think about the planner. It doesn't look like anybody's here right now, so hopefully you will want to watch later. I just did the meditation that I posted in the group this morning. I had recorded it early this morning, but then never got around to doing it. So I'm really looking forward to hearing what you thought about that. Just in case you haven't done the meditation yet, I'm not going to tell you about my experience, just so that you're not inhibited by what I saw or felt, or I was just journaling about it now because something came up that I really was surprised to have come up. But it's a good thing I did the meditation right before coming live right now, because I was kind of like all over the place this morning. I'm like anxious and nervous and excited. And yeah, it was kind of like off the wall. So I did the meditation, and then I had some chocolate and some candy to like ground myself a little bit. So I'll post something in the group to see if anybody wants to share their meditation experience today. I've never really, well, I think I've done one other Hecate meditation that was just kind of like 10 minutes that I've posted on my YouTube channel, but I've never really put out there meditations that I like to, like, you know how sometimes books will recommend meditations and like you have to read them, and I record myself reading them so that I can like listen to it and like really get into the meditation. But this is one that I totally wrote myself and recorded for you specifically for today. And I'd really like to know what you think about it. So I'll post something in the group to see if anybody is open to discussing how the meditation was for them, if you want to share your experience. If not, that's fine too. I want everybody to know that I want this group to be a very safe space. I want you to feel safe here and feel like you can be open and honest and really get help on like a spiritual, personal level. So yeah, I'll post that if you want to share. So I won't talk about it here so that I'm not like putting any visualizations in your mind that might not be there for you. Oh, hi, great, someone's here. So I was just talking about how I won't talk about the meditation here, just to give you a chance to do it yourself and see what comes up for you. But I'll post something in the group about if we want to discuss the meditation. So just right now, I was setting up my planner last night, and I am like, there are some little typos and stuff in here that I'm totally aware of. I tried to fix some of them, and okay, like I'm okay with that, but I could not believe when I saw the first weekly spread how I totally screwed up and put illuminate instead of begin, because that's the opposite. The illuminate is supposed to go with the full moon, not the new moon, and I'm like so embarrassed by that. Like, I know there's other mistakes in here, and this is a work in progress, but I was like, no, the whole point is to like get to know the keywords and to like help that remember the different phases of the moon, and that totally screws it up. So I apologize, and it is what it is. But speaking of the keywords, I'm really interested in hearing if you've come up with your own, or if you've liked the ones that the examples that I've given in the beginning of the planner. I'd really be interested. Like, there's even a couple, even after the many times that I wrote this and um, went over it and changed it and everything. Like, even there's still some of the keywords that I'm like, that doesn't really resonate with me. So I'd be really interested to hear what your keywords are. Again, I can post that in the group too, and we can have a discussion about that. Thank you for being forgiving about the mistake. I really appreciate it. Oh, awesome. I would really love to hear your feedback. Any feedback is okay with me. And tell everybody that there are mistakes in there too. So today I just wanted to say hello and welcome everybody, apologize for my mistake, and just kind of open the floor to any questions if you have any. I'm really curious if you've started using your monthly spread, because I already know that I want to change it. I knew I wanted to change it when I put it out there, but because I usually don't use a monthly spread at all. Like, I don't actually put things in the little boxes. So I'm really curious to see how you guys are using your monthly spreads. I typically just kind of brain dump everything that I need, that I've got going on, just like, and sometimes I'll even do it throughout like the previous month. Like I might go in March and on the monthly spread and just, I need to remember this and write it down. So I just kind of use those spaces to, I don't know if you can see, to like just dump everything in there so that when it actually comes time to the month, I'm like, okay, so I need to do this, and it would be best to fit in, like, if anything that you need to be like active and like I try to plan stuff like that around fire signs, and it just I don't use the monthly spread that much, but it is nice to see it as a glance and know like, okay, I need to do this here because that would be perfect energy, or I need to take a day off here because that might be too overwhelming for me. So I'm really curious to hear how you're using your monthly spreads. And that's what I do. I just I don't like the way it's laid out right now, but it will be changed for the volume 2 of the next one. So I want to make it like as useful as possible for everybody. I'm glad you like exploration. That I think exploration or Sagittarius was between. Quest. Quest was another one. And I kind of put some feelers out there to see how people thought about that, and they were like, no, Quest. And that is kind of like a loaded word. It's like you have to be on this epic quest today. And so exploration, yeah, ended up being good. I'm glad you like it. So how I use my how I do the monthly tracker is just kind of basic grid. I have had like more examples. If you hear anything, my cat is below me playing with my feet, and I have a little kitten and like a 1-year-old, and this is like their crazy time apparently, so they're kind of running around if you hear them. Oh, that's really good feedback about sizes and stuff. Yeah, that's going to be really helpful. I appreciate that. I'll go back and look at them. Okay, that's great. And you don't use the monthly spread that much either. I don't really know like what to do with it. So yeah, I'm thinking about maybe having the calendar part smaller so that you have more room to write and plan around that, and maybe having that would give more space for the new moon information and the new moon the new moon activities and stuff, because I'm learning a lot about printing, but there isn't as much information in here as I wanted to be. And that was because I don't know much about, like, I think I know now how I can like fit everything better. But as far as the monthly spread, if I could shrink the calendar and have more space for written content, that's kind of what I'm thinking, but I don't know. We'll see. I love that you have all this feedback. I'm so excited. Thank you so much. And I look forward to seeing your review too. Good or bad. And I definitely, like with the weekly spread, I know I want to rearrange things to spread it out and give you more room to fill in your own content. I specifically love the vertical spread, vertical weekly, because I cannot do boxed weekly at all. So that's why I have the vertical spread. But I know a lot of people like boxes better. So maybe in the future we'll be able to have both versions available. But for now, this is just how I use it. And the sizing on them, I feel like could be a little bigger, but I use, like, these are the tools that I use. I use these little yard sale stickers that I get from the dollar store. And that is how I fill in all of my appointments and to-dos. I have like colored circles I'm a massage therapist, so colored circles are all of my like work appointments. And then I use just plain white ones for like classes or other appointments or like personal stuff. So they just fit perfectly in those vertical boxes. And I view the vertical boxes as like times. Like this is like whenever you get up in the morning, and then whenever you just kind of like call it quits at the end of the night. So that helps me to visualize my day and see like, oh, I've got this big chunk of time right here. I can like get something done, so that I just kind of all over the place and have a bunch of jobs, and I have a lot of things to keep up with, that like little things like housework and chores and kind of falls to the wayside. So or even just like self-care stuff, I'm like, oh, I've got an hour here, I can actually like sit and eat my lunch or meditate or stretch or do yoga, because I'm not an exercise person, and so that's something that I struggle to keep up with. So I'm like, oh, I've got an hour here, or if I move these things together, I've got like a bigger chunk of time to get more done. Oh, you don't like the vertical? Yeah, I know a lot of people really, really like the boxes. My mom's like that. Like, I'm gonna have to buy my mom. She gets the Llewellyn Witches date book. I still have to buy it for her birthday, even though I just came out with a planner. She loves it, and it's the boxes. And there's, of course, like a lot more information in those with like specifically times and the signs and stuff like that. So that is just a system that works for me. And one of the reasons I had all of the the weekly card boxes, the information boxes, and these boxes are change weekly. Reason I have them at the top versus the bottom, like a lot of other planners are, is because I want like your personal stuff and your self-care stuff and your spiritual stuff, your ritual stuff to be at the top, and that's the priority. And then your work stuff being on the bottom. The like mundane, boring stuff is at the bottom, and that prioritizes the personal stuff. Yeah, exactly. They draw attention, and I want that to be your focus. Like your self-care and your health and your spirituality should be priority over, I know that's like the opposite of the world that we live in, but I want that to change. I want to live my life as happy as I can be, and prioritizing self-care and spirituality. that's what's going to make me happy. Yeah. What else? Oh, other than like, these are my favorite things. And they're also really helpful because the paper thickness is not as thick as I would like it to be. It also helps it from bleeding through. So like, I even use Sharpies on the stickers, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't bleed through. Post-it notes are also my favorite things, and a regular size Post-it note fits in the vertical columns if you rip it in half. And the same thing for, I also have those smaller ones. Oh, I thought I had some. But like the smaller Post-it notes, like I'm obsessed with Post-it notes, and they fit in the upper boxes at the top. So I always have like a to-do list, like daily, like it changes daily. I'm like, I have to get this done on Monday, and then I have to get this done on Thursday. And then it's just like right there, ready to go. And I stick it on the back of my phone, and I tried to keep Post-it notes on my phone at all time, because I know it's stupid that I should actually put my to-do list in my phone, but I can't do it. I have to write everything down. So those are my like two favorite things, are circle stickers and Post-it notes. And I really won't get anything done without it. If I don't write everything down, it's not happening. It's really not. I'll seriously like just walk around my house like spinning in circles, and I'm like, I was supposed to do something today, and I'll just like go from one thing to the other. If I don't have a list, I don't do it. It's horrible. Yeah. Oh, the different information for each quarter moon phase has like what the moon sign is and the moon phase, the two keywords, the colors, and the stones, and then the element. And the stones, I kind of picked and choose that they could be relating to the sign itself. Like, for example, today is for Sagittarius, it's garnet, labradorite, and topaz. They're not always going to be related to the sign. It might sometimes be related to the phase. So like labradorite is not necessarily a Sagittarius stone. It's more for a new moon. It's a very good new moon stone. So sometimes it'll be related to the phase, and sometimes it'll be related to the sign, and sometimes both. I kind of alternate throughout. I just liked having it be different than having like the same thing, like the same stones for the new moon every month and the same stones for the full moon every month. I just wanted it to like not be the same thing. And the reason I picked garnet for today is because I'm a Leo, I'm a fire, and when the moon is in a fire sign, I'm like ready to go, and it kind of like, it's like fanning the fire, fueling the fire when it's in a fire sign. So garnet helps like bring me back down to earth. Also the red color for fire, but just it brings me back down, so I'm not like running around all over the place, because I'm a fire sun and air moon. So I'm just like fanning my flames all the time. So I have to come back down to the earth, which is why I chose garnet, and then labradorite for the new moon, and then topaz for Sagittarius. And I just, instead of doing blue or yellow, I just like to use both, just topaz in general. What? I'm a Pisces rising too. So I'm a Leo sun, Aquarius moon, and Pisces rising. That's so crazy. I was born in 1983. That's so crazy. Whoa. Oh, that would be so what time were you born? Oh, 1984. That would be weird if we were. That would be so weird. Nine. Okay, I was born 807 in 1983. That is so crazy. Whoa, my mind is blown. That is fascinating. Whoa, I can't believe that. So crazy. To take a drink of water. Okay, I'm trying to think if I had anything else to say. Now that my mind is blown, I'm just like, whoa. So I talked about all of this stuff, and I guess like I just wanted to open the floor for questions. Oh, I don't know if I finished talking about the mood tracker. It's a very linear and just a basic graph or table type structure. And I kind of like, if I remember, I try to jot something down in the morning, like how I feel when I wake up, because I struggle with mornings. And if I write down how I feel in the morning and then write down how I feel like later in the day or before I go to bed, it helps me figure out if like, am I feeling this way because of the energy that's going on, or am I feeling this way because I just have depression and anxiety and can't get out of bed in the morning? So I kind of do it like twice a day, different times of day, to like really figure out how I'm reacting or responding to the energy of the moon. And I did have I have like a year's worth of tracking that I had all planned to like be able to explain to you how we are all how we're affected by the moon signs. But then in August, my cycle totally flip-flopped, and now I'm like all over the place because I used to menstruate on the new moon and now I'm menstruating on the full moon. So I really haven't gotten like into a regular flow and cycle. I still basically have like when the moon's in Scorpio, I really struggle. I really struggle emotionally with depression. I really, really, really struggle when it's in Scorpio. And same with like the other water signs. So basically, elementally, I notice a pattern. But because my personal cycle has flip-flopped, I'm just like, I don't have like enough tracking to be able to tell you more detail. But I'm just also really interested to see how other people react to the moon signs and the phases. So I'm really looking forward to like discussion in the group about everything, really, and helping each other out. Like what the things that I do when the moon is in Scorpio, sometimes I just hibernate. I like really take care of myself, but it took a really long time for me to do that, to allow it. Oh yeah, what 100%. The spacing, the layout, the whole design in general is going to get upgraded. I was teaching myself this program when I did this, and honestly, I was just happy that I figured it out and did it and was able to print it. I didn't know that people would be interested. If anything, I was like, I did it for me. If I'm the only one that uses it, then fine. But yeah, I completely agree. I mean, there's a lot of design and structural work that needs to be done, and I'm gonna do it now that I know that people are interested, because I don't care about that. I mean, if it's just for me, it doesn't matter, but definitely 100% going to change and upgrade and possibly get a designer's help. But that might be way in the future. I'm not sure. But yeah, I completely agree. Thank you for that feedback. Yeah. I'm glad you liked the flow. That's awesome. Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing the review. Yeah. And have you joined the group, or have you gotten an invite to the group? Because I really want to just discuss, just have a community of people to discuss how you're responding and reacting to the moon, and helping each other out and building each other up, and not feeling so lost and alone when, like, why am I feeling so crazy today? Oh, it's because whatever. Okay, cool. Oh, well, I look forward to seeing you in the group. Thank you so much for coming today, my star twin. Yeah. Do you have any questions before I sign off? I think I kind of covered everything that I wanted to, but I'm still totally mind blown that we have like almost the same exact chart. Sounds like I'd be really interested to see the other planets, where the other planets are in our chart, how similar they are. Yeah. That's so crazy. The 907 like really gets me. What if it was at 807? All right, awesome. I have a lot of Virgo and Sagittarius. Yeah, that's so crazy. Yeah. I'm looking forward to working with everybody. And if you're watching later, thank you for watching, and let me know what you think of the meditation and what you think of the planner. And I really, really thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. Have a good day. And I'll see you later. I'll see you in the group.